All right, me and Reagan been out here doing some work, and I asked her, I pay you well, don't I, Reagan?
Yeah.
And this job, she said, is only taking how long?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay, so I asked her to take some Eneman and put them in this galvanized tub for me because I need something to put up here. I didn't want that other tub. It was just way too big, and so we're going to put it up here. So we're going to put those in there, and she's doing a good job. So we're going to do some other things in here tonight and do just a little shipment, and maybe we'll combine it with tomorrow's. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I don't normally need to ship out right now, but I decided that since there's a couple of game pieces in here, and you just don't know who's waiting for game pieces, who's not. I don't want somebody to wait longer than they have to. Everybody's stuck in their houses anyway. So anyway, I thought I'd do these real quick, and then I picked a couple more items out real quick and a couple of viewer sales that I'd do tonight, and then we'll just add it on to tomorrow's video when I would typically have to do my shipping anyways. So let's start with this one real quick. This is just in that travel Scrabble, like Scrabble folio deal. And it's missing 2 pieces, and it's still sold for $8.89. Free shipping, but it's really, really light. You can also sell like the little game board things, the little racks out of that thing, but not for very much money. But I was missing 2 of them. So it is what it is. We'll make a little bit of money off of that. Trivial Pursuit, Lord of the Rings. I pieced this thing out, sold a few pieces of it already. This sold for $12.91, I think, and it is first class. It's going to be 12 ounces. I got the perfect box for it, 4x4x4. It'll fit perfect. And then this item right here, and we got this from that private pit garage sale not too long ago. It's also going to go first class. I think I have like a 2x7x4 box, and that'll be perfect. One little thing of bubble wrap, and we'll put it in there. And that went to a viewer, so I'm going to get that out too, just because it's a viewer. And it is, let me read this real quick for you. It's going to Brent, and he says, I watch your show regularly on YouTube. Thanks for providing great material. I have been meaning to buy something from your store, but just have been too busy. Well, now that we're ordered to stay home, I have time. Take care and stay safe. So, Brent, we really do appreciate that, and that's very kind of you, and I want you to stay safe as well. Hey, we got one of these going out to Andy. Andy is MB Picker, and you left a really kind message. So thank you so much for buying this and for supporting us. We appreciate it. We hope it brings you some great luck. We have another one going out to Larry. Teleman, if I can remember this, Teleman 911, I think is Captain Larry. I think that's what it was. At any rate, he works in emergency services, so he's out there and probably staying pretty busy. And he said he'd bring this guy'd bring him some good luck. So we appreciate it, and we appreciate the support. Had a viewer named Kent reach out about the Noid right here, and it was not listed. I thought it was listed in the Homeschool Hustler store, but it wasn't. And so he reached out. $6 free shipping. We're doing it through PayPal, and we'll make just a couple bucks profit on that. And thanks, Kent. We do appreciate it. We hope you enjoy. And we're going to add that to the total for the Mount Plushmore sale, and that brings us to a total of $1,509 so far, and have plenty more to go. Hello everybody, welcome back into the cave here, into the eBay cave. I think we were out there last Friday night, and I shipped a few things out last Friday night that I wanted to go out Saturday morning to get out because there were some parts. We did a lot of parting out of some board games and some stuff like that, and I wanted to get those shipped out. And now we're back. It's Sunday night, and we have a ton of sales. Matter of fact, if we added that to the Friday night sales, for the whole weekend, we'd have over 40 sales. Now, I will say that I think like 15 of those are Eneman, so even 25 sales over a weekend is still pretty good for us. A little bit above normal. We normally have 22 or so it's still pretty good. The different types of items that are selling in these times are always interesting to me. So we'll have a few of those, and we continue to do some parting out kind of things as well. And typically on a Friday night, once the post office closes on Friday, and I'm not going out garage sailing on Saturday, I'm probably not going to ship that stuff out unless I think it's something that somebody's really waiting for. I have a 2-day shipping window. Back when I did a 1-day shipping window, you still wouldn't have to do that, but I would do it just to make sure that they were satisfied and pretty happy. Plus, I'd go out garage sailing, and when I was out, I would just stop by the post office. But now that we're not out doing garage sales, I typically won't send those things out that sell Friday night. I'll get them ready to ship Sunday and then ship them out on Monday morning, and that's what I would do here typically. So we have so many sales. I'm just going to take a handful of sales here, throw in a couple of Eneman sales as well, and attach it to the Friday night sales since we have so many things, and put the rest of the stuff on tomorrow's video. Have a lot of thank yous to send out too, and I want to show you some more parting out. We had some more pieces. We had some more board games that people wanted a piece or two from, and I'll show you those in here too. And that reminded me, and thank y'all by the way, yesterday's video came out, and that was the last garage sale that we did before the shutdown. Matter of fact, the last 2 weeks of garage sale videos were actually on the same day. I went from one sale to the other, and so we had a really good day that day if you go back and watch those 2 videos. And that was our last garage sailing day before the shutdown. Matter of fact, I went to school the entire next week, and then that Friday is when everything shut down. So I did notice a few people in the comments that were pretty upset that I was out and about and shaking people's hands. I just want to tell y'all, and you know this because you've listened and I've told you this for quite a while, we have not gone out since March 7th. And we have no plans on doing so. So I appreciate y'all defending me in the comments. It was very nice of you, and you didn't need to do that. And that also reminds me, we have a few more garage sales that are going to come out. I think we have 2 more, and those are actually from last fall that I probably wasn't going to air at all. But now that we're going through this time, I figured that it might be something. I don't know if it's a good thing to watch those or if you just get kind of antsy and want to get out there. But either way, I'm going to show those the next couple weeks. Have a couple private picks that I did, I think in late December on Christmas break. And I'm going to put those out as well over the next few weeks. And maybe if we can all come together here and do our part in whatever small way that can be in a month or 2 months or whenever, we can all get out there and do some garage sailing again. And that reminds me of one of the frontliners. You know, if you're a medical person, if you are an EMT, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, if you're out there on the front lines in any way, shape, or form, I just want to say from my family to yours, thank you very much. And that reminded me of somebody who bought an Eneman and left a comment. Let me read it to you real quick. So this one is going out to Dallas, and Dallas says, thanks for everything you and your beautiful family do. I don't know about beautiful. My family's beautiful. I don't know about me. For us in the reselling community, I have my first year. I've completed my first year here of eBay reselling, 8K in sales to date. We recently relocated from central Illinois to the Phoenix area. That's where my mumsy lives. So hi, mumsy. How you doing out there? Hopefully you're staying well. And that's where my brother and nephew live as well. So hello to Mike and hello to Austin. Prior to the shutdown, sourcing was excellent out this way, I bet. No doubt. That's kind of the garage sailing season. They're opposite. Nobody in their right mind wants to go garage sailing when it's 120 out there. If it wasn't for you, Matt, Lonnie, and many others teaching me the art of eBay reselling, I wouldn't be where I am today. P.S. I work in the healthcare and in healthcare and in the ER, so I had to grab one of these Eneman for good luck. So that's from Dallas Deals. So Dallas, thank you all for the purchase, but thank you more than anything for being out there on the front lines of this, and we hope you stay safe. And one more to Dina, and Dina said something that's going to remind me of the very first sale we made here of a board game part. And she says, finally put a shelf up in my workspace to hold the Eneman. Thanks for all your tips and advice. Parting out games has worked for me very well. So that's going to be the very first thing we talk about here today. And thanks so much for your purchase. All right, so this is a ring wraith. It's just a little plastic ring wraith from Lord of the Rings Trivial Pursuit. And there's a few little pieces in there. The ring sells, I can't remember what I list the ring for, like somewhere around $10, $8.99 to $9.99, $10.95, something like that, for the actual ring itself. And then you list the board game. You can list the board sometimes for some of them, although I don't think the Trivial Pursuit board is particularly good. You can obviously list the cards, you can list the movers, and you don't make a lot of money on any one. But if you list 4 things, you can make about $16 to $18 profit. This is the smallest profit of any of those parts, and it sold for $6.71. So if you do the math on that, that's about a $3 profit on that. Maybe a little less. I think I paid $1 for the game, so let's say it's a $2 profit. And then the other 3 items, which aren't a whole lot of profit, are pure profit. I took pictures of all 4 of those things, and it took me a grand total of a minute. And to list them, I just used the same listing, replacement, and then I change what it is. And it took me maybe 8 to 10 minutes to list those. So buy, pictures, list, ship, maybe 20 minutes. Maybe 20 minutes max. So we're looking at making about $45 to $50 an hour on an item like that. Now, it's not worth a lot of people's time, and I don't begrudge anybody for saying, hey, forget that. And to be honest with you, I pass this stuff up all the time. If I have board games that I haven't really worked on and parted out, I'm not going to buy another one. But if I don't have one, what the heck? Sometimes I do it. Here's a vintage Pearl Snap Wrangler shirt, and this is a true vintage one. It says made in Korea. You can tell by the tags, and you can also tell sometimes by the way it's hemmed at the bottom of these shirts. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's the mark of a true vintage Wrangler shirt as well. And you can tell the ones that aren't. You know, just go to Walmart and check out the Wrangler shirts in there. So they're also lighter and softer. So these are kind of neat. Anyways, these used to sell for a bunch of money. I used to be able to get maybe, let's say, 20 bucks a shirt. This one took forever to sell. It sold for 15 bucks, $14.81. So it was a pretty poor seller, but it's also some kind of muted colors, nothing amazing. So this is $1 shirt though, so I didn't pay much for this one. I used to buy them at the Goodwill. I won't buy these at the Goodwill anymore unless they're like really bright or something stands out with them. But at a $1 purchase, this is going to be about a $7 profit. Hey, and this is going out to Tim. Tim is from Over the Years. That's his YouTube channel. And I watch that channel every once in a while, just buying one to support another reseller and YouTuber. I wanted the Redskins jacket, he says. I have an old one of those satin Redskins jackets, but I don't think it would fit me. Haha, it's a pretty small one. Sending my best to you and your family from all of us over the Years. And if I can remember at the end of the video, I'll link your channel. So that's nice, and thanks so much, Tim. I've been taking pictures of Liberty shirts. I bought a ton of them really cheap. I got them, here you go, I'll walk you back here. So I bought all these, I don't know, 150 or something like that. It's a bunch. I'm not quite sure how many. But you can see the price right there. $2 for the t-shirts, and then the polo shirts are $4. So I'm not going to make a killing. I'm going to probably average like $8 profit a piece. Maybe 7 on some, 6 on some, 9 on some. Not quite sure. We're going to make a bunch of money. But you'll see, you know, all the sizes up there. And we have multiples, like, you know, 10, 12, 18, 16. Different multiples of different sizes. So I'm taking pictures of them up here. And then the very last picture I take, I put this sticker up on it. And then it tells me exactly how many of that item I have. And then when I go do my listings, it tells me the quantity. And it's also a good break because, you know, there's 3 or 4 shirts identical to this. Or excuse me, there's identical shirts to this that are different sizes. And it's difficult to know when to start and stop when you're looking at the pictures and you're not actually with the item. So this is a good little method to tell me how many of the quantity. Had to stop the video and head out to the Commonwealth cabin and pick this one up. My oldest boy moved a bunch of these things out there. Most of the clothes I think are going to stay in here unless they can hang on that rack out there. Most of them are going to stay in here, I think. But these were all folded up in a nice little tote, so we moved them out there. So this was a bad retail arbitrage buy. I'm still making, I calculated it out the other day at the sales price because this was on sale. At the sales price, we're making $4.01 a piece on these. So we're not making very much money, but I bought a ton, and we are in the profit finally, but they're slow sellers. Coleman, these were $40 original t-shirts, and of course at Sam's Club, they'd sell for like $18, $19, something like that. And then they were on clearance, and we got them for $4 something, just a little over $4. And I still have maybe 30 of these in different sizes and different colors, but it sold for $14.36, so it did not sell for much. But these are going to be under 8 ounces. I think they are anyways, if I remember my math. Maybe they're just over. I'm not quite sure. But I sure am happy they're getting out of here. I resisted putting them on sale for a long time, but I've done it. I want to get rid of them this summer, and the t-shirt season is this summer and on into the fall. You know, Coleman is a pretty iconic brand, and people will buy these all over the country on into the fall as well and do their camping in them. Hey, had a viewer buy these and an Eneman, and these are going out to Tracy. And she says, hey, love watching your YouTube channel. Sales are slow now, so I thought I would buy this guy and bring me some luck. So Tracy, we appreciate it, and we appreciate you getting these too. This is something you probably haven't seen me sell on the show unless you go way back. I bought these 2 years ago, and I paid 8 cents a piece for them. 8 cents and 8 cents. So we're into these for 16 cents. They sold for $8 free shipping. So let's just do a little bit of math right here. Let's say that this is for shipping and cost of goods. This is going to be $3. Fees on that, let's call it $1.50, even though it's not that much. That's $4.50. So that leaves a profit of $3.50 every time I sell one of these little packs. And I've sold tons of them. I mean, I had a grocery cart full of this stuff. And it took a long time, and I think I only have one set left. And I bought a bunch of other stuff as well. And so we made a decent amount of money on those because they were multiple lots. It's not a great profit to sell one of these. But if you can sell 40 of them, which is probably close to what I've sold of those different types of items, then you're doing okay on it, and it's really been no work at all, and they don't take up much space. If you can see this dresser back here, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a dresser right here underneath these hats. There's a dresser right there, and it's just a normal kid's dresser. It's got 4 drawers in it. One drawer held all of the stuff, and it's been long since emptied out, and there's just a few little stragglers left. So thank you, Tracy, for the purchase. We appreciate it. By the way, that retail arbitrage was from Walgreens, and it was during spring break, like I don't know how many years ago, 2, 3, 4 years ago. It's been a long time. A lot of clothing today. This is another dollar buy Liberty debate. It's not a highly sought after, although they're a debate team over there at Liberty. I remember reading an article or two. They must be pretty good. Anyway, it looks like it's brand new. Sold for $8. We lost a G.I. Joe. Better put him back. Sold for $8 plus shipping on that one. So nothing amazing. It's about a $5 profit after fees. Hey, I want to mention something really quickly, and that is what I mentioned in a video last week, which is helping each other out, supporting each other. And feel free in these times, if your sales are slow, feel free in the comments to post your eBay store if you have an eBay store. And maybe you can get a few viewers around here checking it out. Maybe give them a little description in the comment of the type of things you sell. So I had like 5 people immediately react to a couple of items that I asked for in the comments, and I went ahead and purchased the first 2 I saw. Now in hindsight, I probably should have gone back to the video comments and looked at the first ones posted. So I apologize if you were one of the ones who had a Pirates of the Caribbean DVD from the first. I can't remember what I ended up buying. I think I ended up buying the first and the third. I may still need the 4th and the 5th at some point. And then the pet door. It's amazing that in an audience like this, there were 2 different people, maybe 3, that had a little pet door that I asked for. And I went ahead and went on and bought one of those as well. So I'm glad we can give back a little bit. And my wife told me one more thing to ask for. She needs a little grinder. I don't know what it is. For small dogs, I guess. Little toenail grinder. And she wanted to know if anybody out there had one in their store. If you do, leave it in the comments, and she'll go on there and purchase that. She's not, keen on the idea of taking the dog out to get a haircut. They probably don't even do it. She gave Sophie a haircut a couple weeks ago, and now she needs to trim her nails, so she needs to buy one of those. If anybody has one out there, leave it in the comments. I'm not promising I'll get it, because there's usually 3 or 4 folks out there who have something like that, but if you have it, I'd rather buy it from you than go on to another eBay store or go on to Amazon and buy it and help you all out, because you guys have been so gracious and so nice to us. At least a little bit of what we can do to kind of return that kindness. Normally I try to remember these names, but there is a lot here. So these were no comments. No comments. I like to read your comments, but it's a lot easier. If I had to read that many comments, nobody would watch this show. Some of y'all, you can be really happy. Those of you who fast forward through the Eneman comments, that we are down to 601 left. So it won't be around forever. So we appreciate you guys leaving comments, and I love to read them. Just a big giant thank you here to Janet, Chris, Hector, James, Johnny, Neil, and I think that's Dana or Donna. I'm sorry, I write kind of sloppy. I'm a history teacher. At any rate, thank you all so much, and we hope they bring you great luck. Thank you all for joining us as always, and thanks for the comments. I try to leave a little something extra on every video, and so many of you comment and how you enjoy it, whether it's the water, whether it's the trees, whether it's the kids, whether it's the sunset, and I try to put that on there. If you don't like it, of course, fast forward it, but I love hearing those comments. I like to never forget what we hustle for is to have a little bit of relaxation and a little bit of time with our families and reflect on what life's really about. So thank y'all for joining us. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. All right, John, I'm going to blame John here, Cincinnati Picker. This video kept my attention, and I haven't got too much done today, so I'm going to have to turn this thing off. That was a funny one, but I'm going to have to turn this thing off. And I had one more thing that I'm going to ship out tonight. We're going to add this to another video. I don't know if you're seeing this at the end of a video or the beginning of a video. It's just a plain Jane polo shirt, but it is a big one. It's a double XL or an XLT. I can't even remember what it is. It's a 2XLT. And that guy sold today. And that came in a big giant lot from one of my uncles. You let people know what you do, and sometimes you end up with a bunch of free stuff. So thank you, Uncle Dave. $15. $15 with that. Sold for free shipping.